only on esportbf.com.
And it looks like we are off. We're jumping straight with Fusion. Is going to be getting in. The Swimwagen, oh no, decided he doesn't want any piece of that as he goes straight for the Echo flag. And back on and see how this goes. I'm assuming that small little light vehicle going to go straight for the center of the map as you see other vehicles in the distance, with Fusion being the unlocking guy to capture the home flags. So very quick start from both teams, opting to go for a lot of the vehicles, a little less people on the ground here. But as we get towards that Charlie flag, it does look like 2easy or VnM have got there first.
This is not good for Gara. He's already getting shot. They've already got a lot of guys up behind him. Gara gone right off the rip from 2easy against VeNM. That is a little bit of a rough start for them, and they are instantly getting shot in the back. Buffalo trying to turn around. Berg is going to be getting hit up. Corvette is back in the game as well. Berg somehow still alive, is going to go down though, and VeNM are already up on the Bravo objective. Chain of Misery, the only one left up against Larpa, Jando, and Jordy, the only ones left standing. And this is a very, very aggressive start from VeNM. Already on every single objective, just capping everything off the blocks. Just speeding on through the enemy team. What do you think of that, dude?
I mean, they hit hard and they play hard. Like, I think the plan was to be very, very aggressive, spread out. And when you can trust your guys to jump into an engagement and come out on top like that, things are going to work out well for you. Unfortunately, they are losing Charlie. I do think 2easy have stacked quite a few players into the objective. And with Jukes here trying to push through the main hangar, I wonder how far he's going to get. It does seem that they're kind of being banished to the outskirts here, giving 2easy the flag, but they are leading the game right now. So very good start for the VnM players.
Yes, indeed, and they have got some pivotal control over that hill where Corvette would obviously like to position himself, and he's pushing him into the path of Jafro, sorry. He's going to be forcing him back even further, and now the 2easy infantry is going to be stuck a little bit surrounded here, and the enemy tank is up in there. They have no tank support, and they are surrounded by enemy players. It's going to be a very, very tough time for those guys. They really need Corvette to get up in there, but Larpa is already on the back, taking down Gara as the reps. So him and Braveheart are coming on up here looking to finish off Corvette. It is a really, really good off-the-block start for VnM. They're looking to come out here and make a statement up against their longtime rivals. And in the meantime, just coming in, just tightening their grip on the Charlie objective as they take down the tank. Jando going to be firing one of the final shots, and Braveheart trying to get up here with the dynamite is going to be almost knocking Corvette over with the dynamite. He is so freaking hurt right now. Corvette, I don't know if he's going to be able to survive this one. They're just so well covered in those rocks, but honestly, I think the VnM guys are a bit out of ammo right now. So, yeah, in the meantime, Charlie going very much into their hands.
Yeah, well, I mean, you saw Jafro there was getting like triple kill after triple kill with the tank, firing down those corridors, and I think that's where 2easy kind of failed a little bit there. They didn't have the armor present there, and they didn't have the aggressiveness to put the pressure on Jafro, and he just had free reign, allowing the rest of the VnM infantry, like Berg here, just go absolutely mad, push straight through, and it does look like they've managed to cap Charlie for what is essentially a full cap here. So, very, very tough position for 2easy. I thought they were going to put up a bit more of a fight, be a bit more aggressive.
Dude.
Jafro again with another two-piece there in the hangar with that light tank. He's just causing absolute carnage right now for 2easy's game plan.
Yes, indeed. But if you do see 2easy has managed to break some guys around the... Going to be peeling some guys off and distracting them while they make their B. That is some good gameplay from 2easy, and I do believe that is Edison. Yeah, never mind, he gets found by Jukes, but yeah, they got an entire squad on B, so this is going to be the pivotal fight if they can get back into this or not while they fight out on B. Let's get up in here with that fight on Delta.
Yeah, we're jumping with Revelation Aim, who has got the high ground now, just firing in. Unfortunately, doesn't quite have the weapon for it. He's just dinking those guys, keeping their heads down. Someone right below him. That is unfortunate for Braveheart there. Wrong place, wrong time. But we see Giordito there firing across the map with the DMR, causing massive damage and finishing off that very, very nicely. It looks like VnM just have all the angles covered for 2easy right now. We do see players like Blad doing a very good job. Edson's looking to try and hold off Delta as 2easy guys do manage to push in. It does knock out Fusion here, trying to go around the back. I mean, Delta's very hard fought position. Buildings everywhere. It's quite a large flag. But when Jafro comes around the corner and drive-bys you for these 3 VeNM players, lock him down, and take him out. Can he win this one solo for his team? He does allow teammates to spawn on him, which is going to be massive, but I think it was just a little too late, a little too far here for him.
Either way, great distraction from Too Easy. They force basically the entirety of the VeNM contingency back, and they managed to take B, and if we can get a little looking over the map here, I can assume that they're going to be pushing hard on into C and into Delta. As you can see, they are going in very strong and very fast. VeNM not going to be able to react to this in time, and they're getting some spawns off on Echo to further delay them in their push back to Charlie. It's going to be a big old fight on Charlie here, so they're getting some massive spawn offs here. As you can see, this is going to be an epic battle of amazing proportions.
Yeah, and that was a good play by Too Easy there. They pushed towards sort of VeNM's home flag, as it were, managed to cap that, turn around about half the team, including one of the tanks that was terrorizing Charlie for a long time, and with that other Too Easy side managing to take out Delta and hopefully win that back a bit, they pushed straight through to Charlie, but they committed everything to that, and by doing so, it has to work out nicely. Obviously, the guys on the Echo flag might as well just be written off, respawn almost as soon as they die, try and get on that Charlie fight here. But we're here with Rangel 78. He's on the outskirts. Let's see what he can do now. He's trying to cut off. He sees tanks in front of him. He's trying to push through. I think he's trying to go for the long loop, get the respawns on. But as you can see, there's just tanks everywhere right now. And I don't think Too Easy are going to be able to move easily across this open ground. He's taken out one player. There's no way he hasn't been called out yet. VeNM's communication is generally on point. And let's see what happens. But no one else is making, advantage of this big open ground to get round to the Echo flag. I mean, what do you make of that, Kamako?
I think it's just good coverage from VeNM. I think that they're trying to. They just sing JFro up on the top here. Fusion is going to go down. As you can see, tanks are... They do have a few assaults up there, but Jando is going to go down. Buffalo Doom and the boys just pushing on through the middle of the map. Going to be kind of cutting the legs out from underneath them. Speaking of which, going up behind Corvette. This is not a good situation, forcing both tanks back. Going to need some help here, the Too Easy tanks. And Edison is coming out of the hangar now to give him said assistance, but Giorgito still there and looking to give him some help, and it appears that they are taking down Berg, but that was a close call from them. Now Garrett is pushing back up once again to give his teammates some more support on Delta, but as you can see from the ticking of the Bravo objective, VeNM have made a flank. So this is not all that is going to be going down right now. The Delta objective is where most of the fighting takes place, but a very pivotal fight taking place behind the lines on Bravo.
Yeah, as you see Geordie trying to cut off the reinforcements as they push into the flag. There were 3 VeNM players that pushed in. It does look like the majority of those were taken out. Too Easy managing to mop off Bravo very nicely with a good counter push there. That's going to be absolutely huge. And it does look like for a long time they were putting a lot of pressure on Delta, but now that's gone. All those VeNM guys are able to push freely into Charlie, recap that, and hopefully increase their lead by a little bit more. As we see Jeeks pushing in, he is going to be facing 3 players as he goes down the tunnel, and unfortunately just runs into a huge firing squad, and it does look like Marky Lee also has the same situation there. They should have checked the corners a bit more, but Giorgito just cutting off the spawns there. As players go down, they go to get revived. He gets a nice 2-piece there, just watching that doorway, seeing if he can cover his teammates.
Look at the top of the map, dude. Too Easy sending an entire group of 5 or 6 guys all the way around the back. The tank is without its reps. He is all by himself up against all these guys. This is not a great situation for JFro at all. He is the light tank, so Bullfitter and Bada Alex do have a chance of taking him down here. One does go down, but they got 2 medics to go and help him out. VeNM, Catalyst, and the boys all going down there, and JFro does swiftly run away. Svendino trying to hold off against Bada Alex. 1v1. Can he win? Bada Alex holds it off, and they are going to have this nice little wraparound on VeNM complete as they do retreat back on into the Charlie objective. Not totally out of it just yet, but they're pushing very hard with one of their tanks in the Charlie. They got one guy behind it, though, not able to take it down. And they're going very hard for the other VeNM tank. They have isolated him, and they're doing some serious damage to him, distracting a heck of a lot of VeNM guys from the main fight on C. And that might cause some damage to the main VeNM line.
Yeah, I know for sure. But I mean, Jfro's, he's held out for a long time. And the fact that he was able to hold out and keep them in that little gully there, in that little river, allowed the rest of those VeNM guys to push through, just get some easy kills and mop it up. And I mean, how many plays did 2easy commit to that flank? They committed quite a few there, and VeNM has still managed to edge their way into Charlie, and they're still being massive, massive pains right now. The flag caps are even 2 for each side right now. We could hopefully see VeNM push through back to that Bravo flag, try and turn the head of 2easy, and see if they can push into Charlie like they did before. Aim getting shot in the back as he tries to retreat, does so nicely here. 2easy dominating the kill feed right now. So that's going to go in their way with Jera and the Staghound getting some nice kills on Braveheart.
Yes, indeed. And I think that the fact that I do agree with you that 2easy did really going into the hands of VeNM, but they do finally have Barcode on the back of Jfro. He's in a little bit of a rough spot. Him and Revelation Aim can take some shots. He's focused on Revelation Aim, but Barcode is being focused hard by the VeNM infantry, so he's going to have to fall on back into the path of the tank, which is probably going to mean his death. J-Wrangle getting the spawn, though, putting some big fat hits up on Jfro. Needs a little bit of assistance here, and the 2easy assaults are starting to swarm him. Chain of Misery trying to get on the fight as well, and it's forcing him back. Spider now by himself, a little bit too far ahead of his team's line here. Wow, this is very well played by 2easy.
Exactly, and I think what they're doing here is they're applying a lot of pressure on that side of the map, get that heavy hitter Jfro out of the main combat, draw some of these VeNM infantry guys out of the Charlie flag, and make it easier for everyone else. It only takes, as you see there, like 2 or 3 guys to draw some really key players away from the engagements there. And it's working out well for them. But, I mean, Charlie's still heavily contested. It nearly went in the way of VeNM just a minute ago, but 2easy were able to bounce back. Tank is still causing huge issues at the front of the hangar, though.
Yes, indeed. But as you can see, the tanks from 2easy on the bottom of the map starting to make some serious headway, and that is the soft underbelly of VeNM right there. They're starting to overcommit to the top of the map now, and the tanks are pushing to the bottom. So they might have a little bit of a chance at Delta, and in the meantime, Bullfitter and Bada Alex just putting some serious shots away. The infantry, they have completely wiped out all of VeNM on the top of the map. That is spectacular work from them. Forcing Jfro back and Saint Ahsoka, the only one left there. As you can see there, he's getting pushed by Bullfitter and all those guys. Just so much going on right now, guys. It's impossible to catch it all because there's literally just so much going on at all times across the entire map. But we're trying our best. And wow, 2easy is going to get forced back. VeNM doing a great job at holding the status quo, though.
Yeah, exactly. They don't crumble under pressure like most teams do. I mean, most teams off that first sort of like back cap there on the Echo flag would have almost crumbled instantaneously, but they bounced back. Unfortunately, they never managed to fully recover and take back that Charlie flag here. So maybe a bit more pressure. Maybe they just need to almost zerg into the flag and see if they can just out-trade 2easy and get those kills. But Bravo's going down. Charlie's going down as well. What's happening to 2easy right now, Kamika? Like, what is going on?
Basically, what had happened was 2easy had a little bit of too much committed to the top of the map. A few guys came up with a fast mover vehicle behind them, and they pushed through with the tank, just flanked them and spanked them. It was not a good situation for 2easy, and now they have Bravo completely undefended. The tank was unable to help out the guys in the main assault. In the meantime, 2easy is getting seriously pushed back into what basically it's the beginning of the map all over again. History repeats itself.
Exactly, and VeNM dominate the majority of the flags right now. Bravo is just swarming with VeNM guys, and as they all encompass that alpha flag here to try and get the spawn traps on and to keep things nice and contained. 2easy are just nowhere to be seen on the rest of the map right now.
And the reason for that is that the game is actually over. So once they have reached that that threshold, they have ended the game, and they are going to be allowing VeNM to burn through with that ticket count. I did not quite catch what the ticket count was, but as soon as they did reach that threshold, they are going to be letting VeNM burn through the map so they can get into the next round more quickly.
Oh, well caught there, Kamiko. But what an interesting game that one was, you know. VeNM came in very, very hard, very, very aggressively there. The tanks were on point. I mean, Jfro was absolutely on fire there. Like, just annihilating people, wiping out squads at a time. And I think after that initial push, Too Easy were never quite able to bounce back with the same aggressiveness. And VeNM just kept the pressure on. So I think very well played by both teams. VeNM did a very good job there.
Yeah, I think Too Easy are going to try something similar off the rip, or they're going to play strat. That's what they're thinking about right now. I have a little bit of ESP and I'm listening into their party. So what they're saying right now is that they want to, they're arguing about whether they want to do exactly what VeNM did or be prepared for VeNM to try it again from the other side. And I think that they're going to try and do a little bit of what VeNM did from the exact same side.
Yeah, and I think it's slightly easier, especially with the speed of the vehicles that you can use from that Bravo side. Oh, sorry, the Echo side there. It's a lot easier to get into the Charlie flag and secure it, which makes things slightly a bit lopsided here, but it's not impossible to get through. I think Too Easy definitely need to lock down the tankers on VeNM's side. That was an absolute killer there. As we saw, Jfro managed to stop an entire flank. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Near enough on his own. He held off for sort of that 30 seconds. And, yeah, they did a very good job there. There's not much more I can say. I mean, the DMR play, we talked about it earlier. Did you notice it too much in the game? Did you notice that it was causing too much havoc for the players on the opposition team?
Truly not, in all honesty. The only person that I truly noticed using one was Ding Dong, and he didn't get like an insane amount of kills, but he still did a decent amount of work for his team, I would have to say.
Yeah, and I think that's a good idea of the balance that we can see with these weapons. It's very situational for what you can use, and there are a lot of better weapons in the DMRs moving into sort of with the new update and the style of play that these competitive players are used to playing. I think it really helped from Charlie to Bravo when Too Easy were being backcapped. I think that helped the VeNM guys really sort of cover that from the Charlie flag if they couldn't get on it themselves. But apart from that, it was very, very situational. I think a bit too situational, in my opinion.
Yeah, in all honesty, I think the biggest killer in this game was, honestly, if I had to give an MVP, it would definitely 36-0. They could not kill him. He was just an unstoppable force. He's basically a force of nature, the dude, like a tidal wave or like a hurricane. The dude just washes over the enemy and completely washes everything away. The guy he's insane in that light tank, and I didn't know about him going into the game, but I'm glad I do now, because now we know to look out.
Exactly, but for those of you who are watching, with the ticket format that we explained earlier, we are only playing the first 300 tickets of the game, and with the first half of the map or round ending here, we do see that VeNM is in the lead with 78 tickets, meaning Too Easy needs to win this by 79 tickets or more in order to progress to the next round. So that's a huge ask for them moving forward into the second half of this map. Can they withstand the pressure of VeNM? Can they take out and isolate Jfro so he can't cause, you know, those situations where they can't move anywhere? It's going to be very interesting to see how it turns out.
Honestly, what Too Easy has to do, VeNM, they basically have to do a little bit of copycat strats on VeNM. They had the perfect start. They took one of the fast-moving vehicles up and behind the enemy's tank on the hill. They knew that he was going to be there because that's the most tactically sound position to put your tank in. And they just got up behind him and just blew him sky high, literally not even a minute into the game. That's what really, really hurt Too Easy off the start. And they also sent their other fast-moving vehicle up onto the home flag, well, the titular home flag of the enemy team, the B flag. And they, they just capped it up. They caught them as Too Easy sent most of their guys up for the Charlie fight. They caught them with their pants down a little bit, and they just took advantage.
Exactly, but as you move in here, 30 seconds left till the last chance for Too Easy to carry on forward here. VnM in the blue, Too Easy in the red. We're going to be starting off with the capping of the two closest flags first off before we can get this game underway. Like you said, Too Easy are going to try and possibly replicate VnM's strategy to just rush into that Charlie flag, keep the pressure on VnM, but VnM aren't a stupid team. I think they know what they need to do. I think they have the tactics under control here. So I'm curious to see what their counter strategy is for that. Do they just give up Charlie straight away and push towards the Delta and Echo flags? Or do they actually try and compete and repel that initial rush strategy moving forward?
Honestly, with a ticket lead like that, I think that VnM is... Their mindset is going to be what we have, we hold. They're just going to be going for a slow burn strategy. They're just going to try and get Too Easy to overcommit and do exactly what they did to them the last time, but they are going to be ready for it. They're going to basically focus B and C off the rip. That's what I would do, at least, to counter the to counter that strat with the fast moving vehicles, just like with the flanks off the bat. So I would definitely just basically focus very, very hard on keeping us alive off the bat and making sure no one gets up behind us like that. Exactly.
And I know I've said it before, I'm just looking forward to see how Too Easy counter J-Throw. Was it, you said 36-0 in that first round?
That is what I said, yes. That is indeed what I said.
That's a huge amount of kills for a tanker in such a small period of time. But he was where he needed to be. He put a lot of pressure on that Charlie flag, getting triple kill after triple kill. And when he was on that flank by the sort of little ravine area, that flank towards that Delta Echo side of the map, he really managed to hold out on his own, at least long enough that teammates were able to come in and help mop up what was left. I mean, there wasn't much in most cases. But yeah, it was very, very good. And also, how are Too Easy's tankers going to cope? We saw them go down multiple times throughout the last round. Are they going to change things up, Kamiko? Do you reckon they're going to be able to do things differently?
Honestly, I think that Too Easy should try in switching up their tank strategy. They tried to have one repair guy between the two. Both their tanks were getting focused very hard at the same time. You couldn't repair both tanks at once. So what I think they should do is probably just be like, alright, so that didn't work out too well. Let's split the tanks up a little bit. Or what they could do inversely is dedicate one more rep guy per tank. Well, obviously, like, just one rep guy per tank is what I mean. Not one tank, I mean 3 rep guys, but 2 rep guys instead of 1. Or what they could do is do what VnM did and split them in half. Have one tank covering the hill with a repair guy and one tank covering the inside of Charlie with a repair guy.
Yeah, no, definitely. The game should be beginning just shortly. I think we're waiting for the timer to hit that lovely 42:00, and the teams can be underway. As you can see, we have VnM in the blue, Too Easy in the red. Hopefully we get these guys in and the action started. Oh, I may have been mistaken there. But yeah, no, team's doing very, very good job at the beginning of this. I mean, for us casters, it's proving a little bit difficult to follow everything that's going on in the map here. And as you can see, we do have the overhead view in sort of the picture for you guys, so you can follow it as well. Both teams doing a very good job here. Too Easy need to win by 79 tickets in order to go through to the next round. Otherwise, we'll see VnM hopefully later on in the tournament. And for those of you just joining, we've got 3 rounds for you tonight. Round 1 on Aerodrome, round 2 on Aras, and round 3 on Narvik.
Alright then, yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but what's customary for the start time is... There we go. Alright.
There we go.
All right, here we go, guys. I'm super duper pumped. I'm excited. Will 2easy be able to pull off what VeNM just did to them, but in a more spectacular fashion and move on? Or will VeNM hold off for the victory and see it coming? And will they be able to weather the storm up against 2easy?
And we got Larper in his party bus going for a massive long flank here past the F flag. He does get spotted by the tank. I mean, the tanker must be absolutely blind. Takes a massive hit to the flank here, and I think he's going all the way around the map, or trying to at least. And it's not working out too well for him. But with 2easy pushing aggressively onto that Charlie flag, it does look like they've capped it. They hedged all their bets, I think, into all that flank. And VeNM really late on capping the Bravo flag. I think a player's gone down, and they're going to be missing out on those tickets for the beginning of the game.
Is that 2easy did exactly to VeNM what they had done all the way around the very edge of the past the VeNM flank. And it's amazing that they didn't run into each other. They just literally covered the edge of the map, and they got up behind them on Bravo. And now they're having to dedicate some guys back. 2easy has pulled it off. Pulled off the full cap, and they're doing exactly to VeNM what VeNM just did to them. It is a swapping of the sides, quite literally.
Yeah, but VeNM putting a lot of pressure on Charlie here. We see Edson with some nice kills pushing in, getting the revives, trying to stack the players on. But VeNM is slowly, methodically moving through the hangar, just knocking these 2easy guys out. And it does look like VeNM is going to take Charlie. And I think they're going to hope to hold it for the remainder of this game here. But like you said, 2easy have the majority of the flags here. They've got Bravo, Delta, and Echo not able to hold on to, you know, what was going on. I think Charlie would be a massive boon if they can grab that. And
as you do see from the overhead, Gara coming in, look, wreck some house. He is going to be forcing one of the enemy infantry. Nope, don't want none of this. And they're just getting pushed into the incoming 2easy players. Jfro trying to make a little bit of a push back in the meantime. He is running on away, trying not to get in this engagement against all these assaults and the enemy tank. But yeah, J Wrangle up behind him, ready to do some damage to him. He's in a great spot, but yeah, forcing him even further back. But Larpa and his boys have managed to make a nice, solid flank for the Echo objective. Very, very well done by them. Revelation AIM trying to stop this, and ooh, it appears that Gara's giving them some assistance here. Revelation does take down 1 and 2. That's great. The flank has been squashed, and now they are going to be pushing on back to the middle of the map. As you can see, Berg is getting a little bit stuck in here on the Delta objective. Big old push around the back, and the tank is coming up to look to feast on him as well.
yeah, so I wonder if VeNM's strategy now is to try and just keep maybe like 2 or 3 guys on the Charlie flag to apply a bit of pressure, and just solely focus on Delta and Echo, so at least they have the higher ticket income for the remainder of this game. That might be a good strategy, because Charlie can be a very, very sort of pit fight that never ends. Takes a lot of players forward when you could be easily capping other open flags like Delta and Echo. So I wonder if that's what they're going to be looking to do for the remainder here.
Honestly, if you take a look at the ticket count, 2easy was down by about 60 tickets. They've got it. All they have to do is just hold on to this, play reactionary to whatever VeNM does. Just keep that tank central and just let it just roam around to wherever they need to go. And they're looking, nope, never mind. Jfro top, potentially squashing the dreams of 2easy with that kill on the tank and that kill on Kameho. Coming on in with some help for the infantry on Bravo. Things are turning around very quick for VeNM on the Delta objective, and they clear it off. Except for Edison, still chilling there, and he's running on away, trying to get a spawn, and that is forcing more guys to come back from Charlie. As they're losing Charlie, VeNM, that is a great turn of events for VeNM.
Yeah, exactly, and they're mopping up Bravo very, very nicely now. Charlie again going the VeNM side. Delta going the VeNM side as well. Only Echo left to make the collection full. And that's going to really knock 2easy. They had a really good lead here. I mean, how are they going to counter this? VeNM all of a sudden out of nowhere exploded into action. taking out near enough every flag on the map. Like I said, J-Fro at the very top, really important kill on the tank there that was locking players into Charlie. And we see Burge here now setting up, watching the open ground. He knows players are in the outskirts. Unfortunately, just can't quite finish the kill, but it is going to allow the rest of his team to react to the flank that's happening.
Yeah, what Too Easy needs to do, and exactly what they're doing, is Jando. That was a great one. Forcing J-Fro off the hill. Revelation aiming negative, and the tank all coming up looking to get a little bit up there. And as you can see from the overview in the distance, J Wrangle is making a little bit of a flank for B to further distract the VnM guys while they are weak. They're doing a great job. It's going to be a 1v1 Catalyst versus J Wrangle. Nope, actually he's got some teammates coming in. So J Wrangle in a bit of a rough spot does go down. My fault.
But I think what VnM need right now is to capture Delta and hold on and keep that fight around the Echo flag, around sort of the ravine on the left-hand side of the map there for them. And I think that's how they're going to be able to win these tickets back. They got a massive fight on their hands. Too Easy coming very, very aggressive through Delta, and are now trying to push in the left-hand side. They have control. It does look like the tanker had to fall back as they make their way inside of Charlie, but it is going to be a hard fight for them.
Yes, indeed. They have to all push from that one side. Otherwise, the tanks are going to spot them and take them down. They're trying to use the smoke. As you can see, they're taking immense casualties. Just going on in there, getting some good positions inside, just basically forcing their way through just like a bunch of ants just pouring out of an anthill. That's what they're doing right there, and they're getting control over Charlie very nicely, despite the presence of the tanks nearby.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really good push by Edison and friends there. Something really important is they got the revives. You know, VnM weren't able to get the revives on, and they were going down one by one. And over time, that's not going to work for you. If you got like a squad of 4 guys just constantly reviving, and it's these 1v4 engagements, I mean, we all know how that one's going to go.
Yes, indeed. But it appears that they did manage to force Corvette off. They've got back, starting to make some headway into Charlie. And ooh, one of the tanks going for a flank around the back. Is that J? See? I like that a little bit. It's very risky. No, he's not going to be doing that because he sees what's going on around him. He's getting forced back there, was trying to do it, but very smart plays. Anyways, yeah, still a big fight on Delta. Flank for the tank inbound, but they are in a gunfight, and oh, very nice from good old Barcode there in Edison. They do hold it off there. They're going to be holding on to Delta very nicely.
Yeah, and they really need to keep that one locked down. I think they can ignore the Bravo flag. They don't need it. They just need that Charlie Delta Echo. So by not committing players to the flank there and to try and go around and back cap, they're doing a very good job of being able to defend here. But with J-Fro just bowling straight into the hang of the Staghound, racks up 3 easy kills. He's still upright now. An amazing job there as well. And especially these guys on the Delta flag still holding, despite it being contested for such a long amount of time.
Yes, indeed. But while all the tanks are focused on the Charlie objective, J Wrangle and the boys hopping out of a drive-by style, just popping a cap, and Marquitos lead. Giorgito trading him out. Buffalo Doom coming in here. Svendino going down, and that is Buffalo Smiley get on through to the Charlie objective, forcing a lot of guys back. Controversial going to be up behind him. He's going to be spotting them in just a second, but Rolex going to be getting the spawn off. As he does that, he's going to be catching sight of him easy, but does get beamed in return by Rolex, but oh, shot by Spider. Almost takes him all down. But yeah, Rolex still chilling here. Got Mixta coming up after him. Finishes him off as well. Giorgito finish up shop on that objective. But as you can see, Too Easy has won out on Charlie at the expense of Echo, so things are still in a little bit of a status quo here in terms of flag capping.
Yeah, exactly. But I think Too Easy at the moment still have enough tickets, if my math is correct. We'll see if we can get one of the box guys to see where the teams are at and what is needed to win here, as VeNM look to set up and push into that Charlie flag. We've got light tanks, light vehicles around the outside, tanks around the center here. We're on with Jukes, who's just gunning guys down as they're running back towards the Delta flag, and Berg looks to push in and start securing Charlie with his team. So very clean plays by VeNM there. really sort of cutting that Charlie defense apart, pushing in. But Too Easy, very quick to react. They've got enough players to stop the cap.
Crap, dude.
Hopefully they can keep this up.
VeNM is capping every objective right now, except for Echo. They are having a little bit of a fight here on Echo. They're surrounding the tank. Corvette trying to come in and help him out there. As you can see there, that is huge. Braveheart and Svendino both going after him. They do take down. Still there. They can get some spawns up as well as Svendino goes down. But, oh my goodness, this is such an... do go down, but they do kept up Delta. They've just got to win this fight on Delta. I mean, Bravo. Charlie is what I meant to say, third time's the charm. And they will be looking very good for the situation here.
Yeah, and with Bravo going down as well, Delta isn't going to be that big of a deal as well. Now that's being lost. That really big push from VeNM seems to have been really well absorbed by Too Easy. They lost a few flags, they wiped the sweat off, and they managed to get back into the game very aggressively here. And I think VeNM's momentum are just being stopped by a brick wall at the moment.
Yeah, honestly, I think VeNM, it was a good effort, and if it did come off for them, we would have been... But because it didn't go off, it was a very risky play. It's like one of those plays that you criticize if it doesn't, but if it does work, then you praise it till the end of time. But yeah, they are gonna be losing control over that, and that is, they're trying to just focus Delta right now. They're trying their best to keep control over one objective, but man, I think the game has just passed them by. It's 90 tickets right now, ladies and gentlemen. They're gonna have to do something pretty special in order to finish this off with a win.
Yeah, exactly. And with most of VeNM now trapped on the Delta flag here, it's only the tank and sort of one vehicle on Bravo that are outside of that flag. Too Easy have done a really good job sort of just baiting all of the VeNM players on the Delta flag. Looks like they committed everything to that, and then that gamble did not pay off, and they've lost a fair bit. But with the Valentine now pushing into Charlie, it is causing a bit of issues for Edson right now, as long as they can stay in cover. He's got a massive job to take out these two guys on the flank, and he gets a double kill here. Massive plays by Edson. Is he going to be able to get the third? And he does. Plays like that are absolutely invaluable to holding these flags. Amazing job by Edson here. Cracking plays.
Yes, indeed. But in the meantime, his team is literally losing everything, so VeNM might not necessarily be out of this yet. They just gotta... I mean, they have 23 tickets left. This would be quite insane if they did manage to pull this off, but it is still technically possible. They just need to keep control over what they have, get the spawns in the right places, allocate their manpower in the right places. It's going to be all about micromanaging from VeNM right now.
Exactly. And with Too Easy have got 35 tickets left here. Are they going to be able to pull this off and be able to win the game? I mean, fingers crossed for them, but VeNM are still racking up the pressure as they push into Charlie. Too Easy doing a good job of defending. They are stacking players right now.
Oh my goodness, what a wipe on Charlie, dude. Look at all those X's from VeNM. That is absolutely not what they needed. They are winning out on Echo, but Too Easy has got the win on Charlie. It looks like they're going to be able to get those revives off, negating that ticket loss. And all they have to do is clear out these guys on the bottom side of Charlie, and they'll be looking pretty good for the win.
Yeah, I mean, that was an amazing work from Too Easy there. They countered a lot of pushes, and players like Jofro not able to be as aggressive, as big of a presence as they were in round one. Massive plays by Edson here towards the end of that Charlie flag engagement. Did an amazing job locking off 3-4 players coming in around the flank and stopping his teammates from taking out the tank at the front of that Charlie flag. But it does look like Too Easy are going to lose Charlie, but they have managed to do a really good job and knocking VeNM down 500 to 583.
Yep, and that is going to be that. We're going to have to check our VAR to see if they won by 3 tickets. Too Easy won by 3 tickets. How you like that, ladies and gentlemen? That is bananas in the extreme. That was basically the best way to start off the Test Cup, in my personal opinion. Even though we didn't quite, the casters, me and Wild, didn't quite know for sure how it was going to play out. It was that was just such the best. That was the best way to start possible. 3-ticket difference. I don't know if we're gonna be able to top that, dude.
Yeah, so amazing, amazing.
Only on esportbf.com.